There we go.
Yay.
Forgot to add it to the stage.
Okay. Well, glad you know how to do any of that. Since I know how to do none of it.
There's nobody here.
It's okay. It's early.
No.
So while we're waiting, people come in by what?
See up here, people.
Okay.
I mean, people are watching.
And then the comments come down over there.
Yeah, the comments will show up here. And then we can click on them and it'll highlight down here.
Okay. Did you put out like a little push notification at all
Of
to remind people about this?
Yeah. Did you?
No. Why would I?
I'm just asking.
It's not my thing, is it?
It's true.
Happy to learn what you would like me to learn. But meanwhile, I'm not messing with what you got going. Knowing me, I would permanently undo something.
We got one popped in.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Whoever the one person is really did not want to just watch us
Sit here in silence.
Yeah.
We'll give it a few more minutes. I mean,
Yeah.
Oh, it's Mitchell. Hi,
Oh.
Mitch.
Hey, Mitch.
And/or Savannah.
I can't even read.
You're excited to hear it all over again?
Yeah, we were hoping there would be other people here to share what they thought of the cruise, but looks like our pre-live is going to be a lot better than our post-live.
Yeah.
It is probably would have been better if we did it last week.
Oh, sure. Probably been better if we did it right off the bat.
Yeah.
Well, we had a lot going on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mitch started the bedtime routine. Yeah, we
Yeah,
definitely
we
had
did
a
have a blast. Yeah. Excited to do it again.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for me, the favorite part for me was, I mean, obviously the staff was amazing. But the people we met and got to hang out with were pretty incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, it really does make a difference in how much you enjoy the cruise when you have lots of nice people around you.
Oh yeah, we met great people, and I feel like the crew that we had this trip was really fantastic too.
Yeah.
I mean, not that I don't think we've ever had bad crew, but
Yeah, no.
the dining room crew in particular were just really
They were really on
Yeah.
top of it, really engaging.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, and much more fun, I guess, for lack of a better word, than, you know, to the point where I don't even think, "Hi, Zaire."
Hey, bud. How are you? Been a long time since we've chatted. At least it seems that way. I gotta tell you though, our first Carnival cruise was pretty amazing. I will. Yeah, let's do it.
Well, more people.
It's over here.
Oh,
Yeah, over here.
I mean, we can always share it again later.
Yeah. Doing awesome. He types slow. Yeah, I'm the same way. So what we tend to do on our cruises, and we like to communicate. I mean, well, that's what it started. It started off with it. That we kind of use it to communicate with our cabin steward, leave notes, and that way they can leave us notes in passing and all. But in this particular cruise, it kind of organically turned into something completely else, and we're hoping that we can repeat this
Yeah,
on each cruise.
and it
So
was stated GPG rated something else.
yeah,
So
we did have a couple that
yeah,
kind of broke, kind of
once or twice.
once or twice, but we fixed those. But
Yeah.
everyone else, they left. We left their messages. We can show this real quick. Let's see this. I don't know how well you can see that, but
Yeah, I think they can probably see it pretty well. What I wish we'd done is have pictures to show like what it looked like the
yeah.
first day or two, and
Well, you've got some in
some.
your.
Yeah, I have some somewhere.
You've got some on your phone.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. So what we're probably going to end up doing is um, kind of putting them up behind us, kind of
Have that kind of
frame out the
frame
wall, much like Bats and Tree do all the license
Mhm.
plates. We'll do.
Yep. That's
Yeah,
what I was thinking of.
Cruise and Koozies. Hello,
Mhm.
how are you? Thanks for joining us. We were just sitting here talking about our very first Carnival cruise and how amazing it was. Staff was amazing. The people, the other guests were amazing.
Yeah.
Certainly was taken by surprise and people recognizing us.
That took a while.
Oh, you're the monkey people. That's us. Yeah. It's every time it threw me off guard.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yep.
totally wasn't expecting it, but it was a lot of fun.
It was fun. Yeah, we met a lot of neat people. I don't. I would like to say I don't think it hurt that it was a spring break cruise that took place over a traditional teacher spring break.
Right.
So it just so happened everywhere I turned, I was meeting other educators and other people who work in education, and more often than not, the female in the group. And it was kind of interesting that the educators, I guess, have tendencies to marry IT people
Yeah.
or electricians and
Yeah. All the women at our
people who
table
work
were
hard.
in the educational field.
Yeah.
Right.
Hmm.
Which is very cool.
Well, and it made sense
Hmm.
because I mean, we sat at dinner for what, 3 nights, and I looked over and realized that one of the teachers I work with from one of my schools was sitting right to the right side of me at another table, and hadn't noticed her, and I see her a couple times a year, so, or a couple times a year, a couple times a week, so
See, because I said getting recognized is the weirdest feeling. It's awesome, and it'll make your content better.
yeah.
Yeah, I this is not a lie, Zaire. I am going to make up a shirt, and I told Beck this, and she likes it. I'm going to do WWZD,
Uh,
and because I was channeling my inner Zaire the entire cruise.
he mentioned it several times. Mm.
Yeah, I'm gonna make that shirt, and I'm gonna wear it on some of my videos. What is this? Cruise and koozies. We sailed on Celebrity for the first time a few weeks ago. Ascent was the ship, and the food was amazing. Oh, awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, we have not done Celebrity yet. It's on the list.
Yeah.
My our youngest daughter has a friend who works on
Oh,
one of the
Jack.
celebrity
Yep.
ships. I can't remember which one now.
I don't know.
Several
Really, she
times
can
she's
tell
told
me.
us, and
Yeah, she
several times
has.
I've forgotten.
I can't remember ever, but I will ask her again. Um, so celebrity, the food's amazing, which I was gonna say that was the one thing that you were not loving about
Yeah,
Carnival. I mean, I would kind of hope on a celebrity level the food would be pretty good, but
it's supposed to be an upscale,
right.
cruise line.
So I'm glad to hear that it is amazing.
Yeah, for me, the food on the Pride was just okay. I mean, some things were very good. Guy's Burger, obviously very good. Um, but the plain Jane, and you like the ringer, was it? Yeah, with the
Yeah,
onion ring and the
yeah,
the sauce.
yeah,
You like the
yeah.
ringer.
And it was really the guy's bourbon sauce, and that was the one that really made that more than anything else.
Yeah, I agree, Zaire. That board is a good tip. We've mentioned it in some of our other videos, I believe. They're cheap too. It's like $10, and that was the third cruise we've used it on. They travel well. They roll up nicely.
Well, on this one, we were a little nervous on the Pride because
The
the
door,
doors had no real magneticness.
yeah, you need a really heavy magnet to
Yeah,
stick on the doors for some
yeah.
reason.
So we ended up. Jason figured out that the wall had, enough, just kind of the perfect amount. It had more stick than the door did, and he was able to get it smoothed down the wall. And I think the fact that it was on the wall also made it more inviting for people as they were passing by to actually feel okay writing something,
Yeah,
since it wasn't on the actual door.
and it was kind of cool checking in each day when we got back to see what was new, and so it was pretty fun. So whoever contributed to it, thank you.
Mhm.
See. Uh,
Yeah.
which one? This one?
Mhm.
Cruise and koozies. We sailed on Horizon last October, and the food was okay. The French toast was horrible. Pretty much just
Ooh.
toast. Oh, and you liked the French toast on the
Um,
Pride.
yeah,
Yeah.
I love French toast. I try not to eat it, but if I'm going to eat it, it's got to be because it's really good. And I don't know how you mess it up that bad though, but yeah, Carnival's buffet French toast is pretty good.
I'd like the frog legs in the main dining room.
Yeah, they were actually good.
They were good.
Great, salty, greasy, but I
Yeah,
think they're always like
garlicky,
that.
but
Yeah.
yeah, they were good though. And then for me, the other dish was the pepper steak,
Hmm.
and the chocolate lava cake, or the whatever they call it, was good. The one night I got it, it was nothing but it was just soup. It was chocolate soup, but
Yeah, but that's also your fault for not saying something to them.
eh, that's all right. I didn't need to eat it. Cruise and koozies. Normally, Carnival has the best French toast. Oh, that's at least good to hear.
Oh, good.
Because maybe
Yeah,
it was
because it
just a
was
fluke.
good.
Yeah. So we did something cool. I mean, we take advantage of the casino program, and so we went into it with a certain budget, and within that budget, we were able to get about 4,500 points in that budget. We we only used about $200 of our entire budget. We, spent some, and then we won some back, which was really cool. I had a major on one of the machines, which kind of put the money back into the budget. But when we were debarking, sitting and waiting our turn, I was looking through the offers, and we found an offer for a casino comp. Hey, Fats and Tree, nice to see you. Well, you see us.
I
We
wasn't trying to interrupt you.
no, you're fine. So we will be cruising on the Carnival Jubilee out of Galveston in the beginning of August, and a total casino comp. Loving it. And we were able to use our points for the airfare. So it really only cost us taxes and port fees. Can't beat that.
Mhm. Yes, sir.
Let's see.
Sorry, I was just trying to keep up on the French toast notes
Yeah.
because
Well, did you
and
get Zaires?
yeah, that's what I was writing down, the 12-hour French toast on the Excel because I'll give up a lot for some good French toast.
Oh, okay. Cruise and koozies. Yep. Casino offers keep us going back on Carnival. Yeah.
Okay.
And we actually cashed in our casino offer for Royal Caribbean as well, and we are going to be going on the Odyssey
Mhm.
out of Cape Liberty, New Jersey, on December 28th. So we are doing our first New Year's cruise.
Yep. And you had told me this time last year I was going to be willing to cruise during my spring break, during my winter break, during any of these breaks. I would have been like, no, I need to spend time with the grandchild and I need to catch on house projects. And that's my downtime. Yeah, that all went right out the window as soon as we started cruising. Now, yeah, I'd much rather be on a cruise.
Well, I've even got her spring break next year planned.
Pretty much. Yeah, that's some true. Yep, New Year's. That's what I'm really looking forward to is the New Year's and just see to pop into
Hey,
some stuff.
Jacita. Nice to have you.
Yep.
Appreciate the support. I
Yeah.
loved you guys' last video, by the way.
I was gonna say we were just talking about.
Yeah. I thought that was a great idea. Yeah. They were going over the lingo,
Mhm.
which can be confusing to some people. I still can't figure out whether I want to say disembarking, debarking, or debarkation.
Well, I've given up because I keep thinking, being the linguist of the two of us, that I've got that. Nope, they change it. It really depends on the cruise liner, I think.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to New Year's as well.
Actually, Halloween would be fun to cruise to.
Yeah, agreed.
I will say.
But that one would be hard for you to get off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Let's see. Awesome. Seems like the only holiday we ever cruised. Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's the one you just read. Sorry.
Sure.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
in airports, yeah.
Yeah, and the last cruise we just got off of, we got off on Easter, but we were thankfully cruising out of Baltimore, so it was just a matter of we were parked, so we just had to get to our truck and scoot the 20 minutes up the Beltway or the interstate. But yeah, I don't think I'd want to have to fight an airport or air.
Yeah, no. I mean, and that's what we were having a hard time figuring out what we were going to use that free offer from Carnival on at first. Because we were initially looking to get on the Celebration, but the airfare to get to Miami was astronomical.
Yeah, yeah.
To where going out
Well,
of Galveston,
comparatively, yeah.
going out of Galveston from Baltimore to Galveston, we got dirt cheap. Like I said, we used all points for it, and it was only 28,000 points. The dollar figure amount was less than $500 round trip. So
Yeah,
to where it was going to be like $1,000 just to go to Miami, and then the hotels in Miami are
yep.
really pricey.
And I would like to see. I don't think we've cruised out of Miami yet, so I would like to do that
No,
at some point. But I'm not. Florida is Florida is Florida. Nothing against Florida. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. But I'd rather get a chance. We don't get a chance to see a lot of other states and that aren't on the eastern coast of our country. When we get a chance to do that, I like to take that
yeah,
opportunity.
absolutely. And oh wow, you're in
Oh
Nebraska.
wow!
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can't imagine. Whew.
that's got to be expensive.
Never been to Nebraska, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Is that just in general for flight anywhere? Just because of where you're situated?
yeah, I would imagine
Yeah.
that's got to be pretty. I thought flying from Baltimore, which is
Yeah, but Baltimore's a main hub, you know what I
yeah,
mean? So
yeah, and now they have their own dedicated flights to Iceland now, partnered up with Southwest. So if you want to go to Iceland at some point,
See, that's why Southwest made their changes when they did. They knew that they were not going to want people to, for free, bring a whole bunch of heavy stuff, and they figured it's perfect timing to start charging you for all the warm weather gear you're going to start dragging with you.
yeah.
Like cold weather gear.
So I'm going to talk our dining staff. So we had Eric and Hendra, and these guys were absolutely amazing. They
Oh
were
yeah.
they remembered everybody by name. I mean, which impresses me because I can remember people's faces, but names, I always tend to forget names. It's just the way I've always been, but I will never forget a face. I might go, wait a minute, I know you. Might not remember where I know you from, but I remember your face. So yeah, Eric and Hendra, they were fantastic.
Yeah, they really were.
Can't speak enough highly about them.
Yeah, they were a lot of fun. I mean,
Yeah.
they were just, it's funny because,
Eric got you up to dance.
yeah, I mean, anybody who can actually get me, I chair danced, as they called it, every night, but who can actually get me to get out of my chair, especially for a dance where they want you to do the moves they're teaching you. Yeah, that, as one of our table mates, Norman, said, that was my list check. I don't have to do that again. But the fact that Eric got me to do it was pretty amazing.
Yep. And then we would see Hendra morning and night.
I saw Eric everywhere.
You saw Eric everywhere.
Yeah.
See, and when I was out and about, I would see Hendra getting breakfast ready up in the buffet, and then obviously at dinner. And then you got, let's see,
Take a second.
oh, sure. Oh, thank you. Thanks for tuning in. Enjoy your dinner. Thanks. Have a good night. So what's this? Fats and Tree. I want to go to Iceland, and I'm gonna look into that. Oh yeah, there you go. Because you guys aren't far from us.
Mm-mm.
Oh, and then we met Kenny, the maitre d, and
Oh,
Bex gave him a new nickname.
I don't know how that was the first time somebody came up with that. But apparently it was.
Yeah, and he totally took him by surprise when
Yeah.
he said it.
But I think it was more of a, wow, how's this the first time? Because it's kind of obvious. But Jason was telling me he loves Kenny.
Well,
singer.
we
Go
found
ahead.
that out in the pre-cruise live.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Doctor C, was it?
I think so.
Is that right? Told us that Kenny likes Giardelli's, or Ken, and when we were leaving that 1st night,
Yep.
I went, "Oh, you're Ken. You like Giardelli's, don't you?" And he's like, "Wait, how did you know that?"
Yeah.
So, and then Bex just goes, "Oh, we should call him Kenny Giardelli," and he goes, "I love that." I went, "Well, how about Kenny G for short?" He's like, "No,
Yeah,
Kenny
there's already a
Giardelli."
Kenny G. So
Let's see what else. Oh, okay. Something that totally took me by surprise was Half Moon K. Yeah, Fats and Tree are in DC.
oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
so close.
Yeah, it's not
Okay.
bad. So yeah, Half Moon Key took me total or K. I go back and forth. Some in Florida, they're like, don't ever say K. It's Key. We're not in Florida, so it's whatever comes out of my mouth at the time.
Yeah.
So we are big fans of Perfect Day at Coco K. Absolutely love it. But I will tell you, Half Moon K beach, I mean, it's one giant beach, is spectacular. I mean,
Yeah.
for us, it rivals
Beautiful.
Bermuda. It really does. I mean, the sand was perfect. I mean, you did not have you had to have water shoes on getting to the beach, but the beach was so soft. I didn't think you needed them once you got in the
I
water.
didn't need water shoes at all.
Well,
What you need water shoes
you
for?
had the rocks going down in.
But you don't need water shoes. Any
Well,
flip
just
flop
shoe.
or
Yeah,
anything. Bare feet. You're just an old wuss.
I
Bare
am.
feet.
Yeah.
I walked barefoot half the time towards
Mhm.
the end. Now my feet got hot in a couple
Oh
different
yeah, I remember.
sections, but
Yep.
yeah, you need. I think the only reason we even had the water shoes because we did the kayaking.
Yeah, which was very cool
Yeah.
too.
So.
So, oh yeah, shout out to Donald.
Oh yeah,
Donald was our
absolutely.
tour guide for the kayaking
He
trip.
was, and he was amazing.
Yeah, it's on the kayak trip is actually in the lagoon on the back side
Mhm.
of the island. Um, and we were out there for 45 minutes, about
Yeah, at least.
45 minutes to an hour, just paddling around the lagoon. Showed us some of the nature and the wildlife.
Just the sea cucumber
Yep.
on both ends.
Either that was his way of messing with the tourists,
It
or
was not. I no, that's the thing.
or it's a real thing. Yeah. So supposedly you kiss a cucumber, sea cucumber, it's supposedly good luck.
Yep. 7 good years if you kiss it on the mouth, and 14 if you kiss it on the backside.
And if you do both, it's
21
21.
regular math.
So we've got 42 good years between the two of us. If that tells you anything.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be around that long, but who
Right.
knows?
Yeah.
It could be. It's not possible. Yeah, that it was just for me comparing sorry the Royal Caribbean Coco Cay Island to Half Moon Cay, and I'm just going to do Cay because that's what sticks in my mind. And I'm a phonetic speller, and I'm not a Brit. Anyway, um, I think what struck me, and you compare it to Bermuda. Bermuda still to me
It's still the best.
is
Yeah.
but I wouldn't even put a comparison point in. For me, it was just about the beach. And again, the other beaches have been beautiful, but there was something about this one just being, as far as the eye could see, you got the whole side of the island and
Yeah.
how it curves around of just undisturbed white powdery beach. Um, and there's lots of chairs. They certainly, I know a lot of ships can dock there. Well,
Well,
no,
no, it's
just the
one
one.
right now. It's
Right,
just the one tender at a time, but
right.
they are in the process of building that pier so they can get two
Yeah.
ships in at a time.
So we'll
Maybe
see,
three if they still do the tendering.
and and I know they're also building further down the beach. So we'll see if when they've got a couple ships there, if it still feels this way. But it never felt overly crowded to me.
No.
And after we kind of went and explored all of it, and then we came back, the area we got in the water in was actually probably the busiest part of the beach,
Yeah, I'd agree.
and it just didn't feel. And again, like I said, then I'm used to East Coast of Maryland and United States kind of busy beaches like Ocean City and those kind of beaches where it's busy and icky kind of busy. But
Right.
and the water was just these perfect. It was crystal clear into like a lighter blue and darker blue, and it was just pristine and beautiful. So
That's great. And the barbecue lunch is pretty good.
it was,
Yeah.
it was. I wish somebody had told us to start with getting the barbecue chicken
Yeah.
because I would have heaped up a whole plate of that, but it was good.
Yep. So that part of the trip was definitely a win. It
Yeah.
surprised us.
No.
We'd definitely go back there again.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, I would I mean, I really enjoyed the carnival vibe. And
Yeah.
it's funny because I was like I had shared with you, I was going to say this ahead of time and be a Debbie Downer, but I was a little nervous about this one because I was like, oh, it's an older carnival ship, so on and so forth. I've been on an older Royal Caribbean ship, and that one's going to, always be my favorite. And I was worried because, it's a very compartmentalized ship and so
Yeah.
on and so
Mhm.
forth. So the first day or so, I was like, I don't know. But I don't know, it's turned out to be one of my favorite cruising experiences, and I
Yeah,
can't
I think
say
I
that's
agree.
because of the ship per se.
No, it's
It's
a
a
lot
lot
of
of things.
factors.
Yeah,
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 a lot of factors,
yeah.
but yeah, all the experiences were positive, and
Yeah,
like I said,
absolutely.
the food's just okay. It's cruise food, so
Yeah. But
that doesn't bother me.
yeah, and for me, I don't mind that because I don't need to be, like I said, and even with the buffet, like the Windjammer on Royal Caribbean offers like a ton more options, which I know for some people they like that, but for me it's
It's a
just
little overwhelming.
overwhelming. Yeah.
I will say though, we did lunch at Bonsai Sushi. That was very
Yes.
good. That was
Oh
very
wow.
good.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
And as pricing goes, I mean, we will do something similar to that here at home, and that's a $65 outing.
Oh yeah.
We paid $44 for our lunch and that included tip,
Yeah.
and we both got appetizers. You got ramen. We both got a main dish. I got two things of sushi.
Yeah.
I was like, you can't beat the price.
Yeah.
You really couldn't. So Carnival,
Yeah.
you did it right there.
Yeah, they sure did. All right, caveat real quick.
Yeah, Bermuda is
Bermuda.
nothing but a
Oh,
giant scene.
it's just beautiful.
It's literally
And
only
not commercialized tourist, somebody made this to appeal to people and to sell them trips kind of scene. It is just beautiful, pristine, flawless. You won't find a piece of trash anywhere. You would just
yeah,
beautiful.
yep. I mean, the island is 20 miles long?
Oh, you want me to pull out all my,
Yeah,
my
no, we
notes?
don't need to pull it out now, but it's only 2.5 miles or
Yeah.
3 miles wide.
Yeah.
But it's like 20 miles long. So it's not very big as things go. You can obviously do the whole thing in a day, but everywhere we went was absolutely beautiful and pristine. And our guide Tim at the time when we were there, he took us to what he would deem as a busy beach, and
Yeah.
there's what 25 people there,
Maybe.
if
Maybe.
eh,
Maybe.
so. And there was two ships in port that day,
Right.
so they do a good job at spreading people out. Um, yeah, Bermuda. We're going back to Bermuda.
Mm.
We are actually going there in July of 2026,
Yeah.
to where we are going to renew our wedding vows for our 27th year of marriage.
We're gonna find a different name for it. But
Re-up. We're gonna re-up.
yeah, and we chose Bermuda largely just because it was so beautiful, and it kind of when we first started traveling again, I think it was really the location just kind of grabbed us and was just amazing. So, um, but as far as just the beach experience, if you're cruising and just wanting to go to the beach for the day, I would say that Half Moon Cay would be because we didn't really. That's the thing about Bermuda. Our process or our purpose wasn't to get off and go to the beach.
No.
We did more tours and saw where the different beaches were, and what were the more private ones, and so on and so forth, because we wanted to get a feel for the island. Um, so if you are just looking for a beautiful, fun beach experience, I mean, Half Moon Cay, I don't think you're going to beat. I mean, Royal Caribbean's is depending on what ship you were hoping to go on. Um, yeah, I
Yeah.
don't. Both of the cruise lines islands we've been on are amazing.
No, the beaches in Bermuda. Are you asking if they're child friendly? I would say yes, but I mean we saw some little ones there. I don't remember seeing any lifeguards though. I think it's one of those things that
There are
were
lifeguards.
there?
Yeah,
Were there?
it depended. In some of the adult air only areas, there weren't. Now they were not what if you live in this country, we're accustomed to lifeguards being where they're out towards the water and they have a view of everything. They're in the back observing, and it's a different kind of lifeguarding. But they did have
Yeah.
lifeguards,
Okay.
but you're still completely swimming at your own rate. Now, child friendly as far as it's hard to answer. I
Some of
guess
the beaches
yeah.
had significant waves, I think, didn't they? Or the one did.
Are we talking? Well, what are you talking about? If we're talking about Bermuda,
Yeah, yeah.
yes,
Bermuda.
but it was fairly far out, and I wouldn't see anybody allowing their children to get that far out. I don't think the locals would let anybody go that far out. I'm thinking. I mean, I don't really think waves would be. I mean, it's completely different than this country. You don't have undertow and all those kind of things to worry about. As far as being loud and chaotic and disturbing people, I can tell you on Half Moon Cay, that wouldn't have been a problem anywhere in the regular part of Half Moon Cay. Maybe that, I mean, the our first experience of going on the island for Royal Caribbean, we chose to do the paid only
The adults only.
adults only centers to see what it was like. So obviously that wasn't an issue there. But when we went to the free areas, I certainly never got the matter of fact, we sat next to
Yeah.
a family that they weren't loud, but
No.
they were definitely chaotic as far as, maneuvering about, and there's kids all over that. I'm a weirdo. I kind of like being
Yeah,
around the
so
kids. So
we're used to kids,
yeah,
so we kind of
yeah,
expect a certain level of it.
yeah.
But
But I don't remember seeing anybody else being
yeah, no.
bothered by it either, because I get a little protective sometimes, and I'll keep my eye out if it seems like someone's getting upset over, you know, kids getting in the way or running around. I don't remember even noting that. So
Zaire says, funny thing in our last cruise was our least favorite ship, but the best cruise for us.
okay,
Hmm. Least. Oh, okay. So you were the Venezia. I think. Is that
yeah.
right? So it's what an Italian ship or
Yeah.
Italian themed ship. Is that if I'm remembering that correctly? And how do you mean the best cruise for you? Laid back or the chill vibe? You like the chill. You're the chill squad. Let's see. Freeport was also new for us.
Oh,
We didn't really plan anything. We just wanted to see the port. Um, we didn't have a full day there anyway, so I think we were leaving by one. Was it one or
mhm,
two, something like that? So we just wanted to check out the port, which was kind of cool. As
mhm.
far as
I would
tourist
have
places to shop,
shop. I
it
would
was
have.
reasonable. The
Yeah,
prices were reasonable
I
there.
would have honestly wait unless you really even at the straw market in the Bahamas, people Nassau, they're still buying things the same way to bring to you.
Yeah.
It's not so. I feel like if I go to both locations and I'm looking for, you know, souvenirs or local items that I don't feel like I have to sit there and watch them carve them themselves, I would definitely wait and do Freeport because there's lots of competition. It's not as large as the straw market, but there's lots of competition, and the but you don't get this like pressured sales kind of thing. And it's from what we saw reasonably priced. Now we went, over the spring. Maybe it gets more expensive as the season goes on, but yep, Venezia. Did you?
Yep, Venezia Italian ship. The layout is weird. Okay. It was our most relaxed and laid back time, just time for us, and that's really what started cruising for us too. It's how the vision was for us.
Mhm.
I think every once in a while you need that in a ship, and I think it's the smaller tend to be the odd layout ships that kind of do that. The more
Maybe.
maybe because they're more compartmentalized, I'm not sure, but I guess it's the vibe they get off that the bigger ships can't reproduce.
And sometimes I think it's not as much about the ship, but it's about the cruisers. And
That's right.
if, you know, maybe you're on a ship that isn't just pulling you all the time because there's energy. Like the utopia for us was, we want to do this, we want to see that. There's always so much to do. Or other ships where, maybe there's shows and things going on all the time. I think sometimes the ships where, you're not in love with just walking around looking at everything because it doesn't look super cool or it's not going to the best places or whatever, but it's just a chance to just chill
Yep.
and enjoy your company that you're with and not have to necessarily seek entertainment outside of that. So,
Yeah, and we got a lot of videos coming out in the next several weeks. we've got one more to finish up on our series on the Utopia, um,
Oh yeah.
which I think is our shortest cruise, but probably our most exhausting cruise. I
Yeah,
think.
for sure.
Yeah. To fly down, stay ahead of time, one night ahead of time, and then do 3 days on a ship and then fly right back. And we crammed a lot into, into our 3 days. Um, but again, great ship as well. And we have one more video coming out on that series, and then we've got several coming out on the Pride, and then we have 3 other cruises to look forward to in the future. We've got the Margaritaville at Sea Islander at the beginning of July,
Which I'm still nervous about.
which is identical to the Pride. It was a Costa ship, and so it's the Spirit class, which the Pride is, and its layout is identical. It only holds maybe 100 more people or so. So we'll know the ship layout pretty well. A lot of people say it's the Islanders doing great things, and we're gonna get to see it for ourselves.
A lot of videos come at the opposite time. I'm really curious to see where it
Yeah,
falls for
well,
us.
I think you can find that with any
Well,
video.
well,
Yeah,
exactly. So I'm just,
so I mean, make up our own mind.
yep.
I'm looking forward. That's only a 5 day, and then we got the Jubilee at the beginning of August, and then the Odyssey in December. We'll have to see if we can't fit another one in there at some point in between August and
Okay,
December.
it better sail out of Baltimore or somewhere we can drive to.
And then spring break of next year
Yeah.
out of Norfolk.
Which burns me. It should be out of Baltimore.
It should be. But the Pride will be in dry dock for 3 weeks,
Bad timing.
3.5 weeks roughly, or 4, something like that. And it just happens to be over your spring break.
Well, it's pretty much the standard spring break for the
Yeah.
entire East Coast, really, for school systems, and it just to me is not well managed, especially at a time when Carnival was stepping up to fill the gap that they think Royal Caribbean might leave. It just seems like the dumbest time to not take advantage of, you know, spring break, and how many educators would like to sail
Right.
in Baltimore and not have to go to Norfolk or take a plane anywhere. But
And
oh well.
we actually have, for that cruise, we actually have 8 cabins reserved for a group. So if you are interested in sailing out of Norfolk on the Carnival Sunshine, I just posted the link to our Facebook page where the details are posted. Um, if you are interested, there is in the comments below, there's an interest form. Just click on that and fill it out, and we can get you any other information you may need.
Educator spring break cruise.
Yep,
Woo!
that's exactly right.
I still think that's why we had such a good group on this cruise.
Yeah. What else do we got? We got any questions?
I was going to say, did you want to give William a shout out?
Oh yeah, I don't know if Samantha's on or not. Samantha is William's mom, and they were in the Facebook group page with us, and they were talking about hiding ducks, and we have these shirts, international duck smuggling shirts, and we made one up for William, and we were able to get it to William through guest services. So shout out to guest services for allowing that. Um, but we were coming back from dinner one night, and there's a woman chasing us down. Excuse us, excuse me. Well, she said William loved his shirt, and he had a special duck for us, so he gave us a duck, and wanted to give a little shout out to William, say thank you.
Yeah.
And it's going to sit here in the studio. It's going to go back here on the shelf and be a permanent fixture for us.
Your duck will be with us always, William. He's not going to be internationally smuggled anywhere unless you want him to be.
Right here.
Oh,
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
well, yeah, I'm blocking it sitting there, but okay. Um,
So yeah, that was cool. I'm glad.
Yeah.
Glad he liked it. It's-
I can't believe we talked about this entire cruise. We're halfway through, more than halfway through this live, and you have not brought up the fact that your wife actually did the dance steps for Thriller and
oh, I was
participated in
getting
the
there.
video.
I was getting there.
Okay.
So the 80s night, the rock and glow. We decided we were gonna go be a part of that. We made shirts up and just 80s rock and glow and had the Carnival Pride on it in Pride colors,
Well, yeah,
right?
rainbow.
Rainbow, rainbow colors. And you had brought these neon glow sticks, and
Yeah.
I think we've got
Oh, we
pictures of
got
it on the
tons, yeah.
Facebook group as well. So it was a lot of fun. We got
Yeah,
out
it really
there.
was.
It trickled in slowly, but I'm not
Pretty quick, actually.
I'm not usually a
Lightning.
dancer, but yeah, we got in there, especially you.
You didn't have a choice.
No, we didn't have a choice. Well, I didn't. You didn't give me one.
No.
But as it got crowded, I wasn't gonna do the Thriller. So I decided I was gonna get video of everybody else doing the Thriller. So there is a little short on the Facebook on the group. I'm sorry, on the YouTube page of that. Everybody doing the Thriller. Um, Dustin.
Oh yeah, we didn't mention him. He was pretty good. I was impressed from
Yeah, our cruise director
the white
Dustin.
boy from Ohio.
Yeah, coming from your ceiling.
Yes, this
He
is
lived
Dustin
in the
coming.
ceiling.
Yeah, coming from your ceiling.
On the mornings we saw him on TV, and during the day he was in the ceiling, and he came out at night. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
he was pretty good.
he did a good job. Yep. Let's see what else. Okay, let me. I got.
I thought you were gonna.
I do have a little issue with the Carnival Hub app. All right, I think they can do better. And yeah, I'm spoiled by Royal Caribbeans, but um, I would like to have some notifications through the app. I see
I
that.
know. Just want to make sure.
Yeah.
We her question.
Um,
Because we can talk about this on other videos.
yeah, and we will, but other than that, everything was fantastic. For me, debarking, they said they weren't going to make any announcements, and you had to check the app for it. Well, the app doesn't notify you, so unless you're drilling down every 30 seconds on the page, you're going to miss your notification. So that's my little complaint. Does the main dining room have the same menu each night? No. There are a couple fixture items that are there every night. I believe one was the chicken, right? And then the other one was the sirloin. Is that right?
I'm not sure on the entree end. I know that they always had like Caesar salad.
And then the lava cake was there every night. But they did have other
and the
things.
entree definitely. I think it was chicken and like a sirloin or something. That
Yeah.
was standard.
But then there was like four other ones that changed every night. So.
And they also had which I didn't discover until halfway through, but they also have a vegan menu that's incredibly similar to the regular menu. It just has the veganized options for everything. I think they also one for gluten, maybe, or something. There are several.
Yeah.
They don't show you on the menu and they present it, but if you're on the app and you swipe, you realize there's a couple other.
I do like that aspect of being able to look up the menu in
Mhm.
advance. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's actually probably good for Jenna to know too, because that was a benefit to being able to pull up the menu was going to be ahead of time and then kind of make your selections.
I'd have to cross check, but Jana is Sean's mom.
Okay.
Okay. Very talented young man.
Mm-hmm.
Great voice.
Amazing.
Yeah, amazing.
Like, great dancer, great stage presence, talented kid. And I guess because we kept ending up on the left side of the theater and he was on the right. He was Mike, but couldn't necessarily. It's hard when you got main singers to pick out the individual backup voices. So I never really got to get a feel for how good his voice was until we went to the piano bar after the 88 Keys, and he did Yellow Brick Road, and it was beautiful.
Did a great job.
He just did. I literally recorded some of it because I wanted my oldest daughter to hear his voice because it was just very, very impressive. It was beautiful. And I mean, all of them, they were all very talented, but yeah, he was really fun to watch.
We did get to meet him briefly.
Yeah.
On the day we were going to Half Moon Cay, right? Or no?
No, I think it was when we were getting.
No,
it was that
because he was helping. He was guiding people down to the ferry. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm guessing, Jenny, you sent him a picture of us or something because he knew who we were when we walked up.
And I'm not sure who was standing with him, but he was taking all the credit and saying how he trained him that way, and he's been he's so fantastic because of the training he gave him. I was like, okay. But yeah, we have lots of pictures we can send you if you want some. But yeah, he was a nice kid and very, very, very talented.
Let's see. Trying to remember everything. There's a lot. There's a lot of good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Our balcony cabin was fantastic.
Mm-hmm. We had a fantastic room steward or cabin attendant or Arif.
Yep.
Who
a very
creative,
very little man. Tiny guy. On the last day he gave us a hug, and I'm not used to it. It's like hugging your sister. That low to the ground.
More, well, probably now, yeah.
But yeah, he the one day we had picked up a monkey at was it Freeport? Was that? Did we get that at Freeport? Or no, we got that at Half Moon Cay. Picked up a monkey.
Things with the arms and attach. And apparently make shrieking noises, which we didn't find out until my daughter went ahead and went, "Oh, great, Mom," as it's gone. So yeah, we didn't. That wasn't part of the plan, but yeah, it's one of those cute stuffed monkeys that the hands attached so they can carry it around.
Well, Arif had made us a towel monkey, and then hung it up in the corner of the cabin, and then hung the other monkey from it.
Yes. That was pretty cute.
Yeah. So great guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think we had a negative interaction with anyone.
No.
The slot pulls, they were helpful with the slot pulls. They're like, sure, go ahead, just make sure you're not in the aisles.
Yep.
Did they even say that, or were we
Yeah,
just trying
no,
to-
they told me that. They're like, yeah, go ahead. It's just as long as you're not clogging the aisle and people can walk through, you're fine. Late. Uh-oh.
Storm, or did your wife just hit something? I think your wife just hit something down here.
Did you?
Yep,
Yep.
see, because I just
Ah,
did it again. See, I didn't even have to admit that. I could have just pretended it had to do with the weather outside. You would have been able to pull it off. Speaking of, you want to share your duping your dumb wife story?
Oh.
Or you don't want people to know that?
No, it's funny. So
It might
for
be
those
too
that have been
long.
on the Pride, they have it looks like little wallpaper murals lining the hallway, and each one is a little bit different, and then they start repeating themselves the further down you get. And it's like the third day, I think it was. The one is kind of a illustration of a woman topless.
Okay, you don't have to.
Right,
go
but
part, yeah.
the other one next to it was a woman in a
That's
bikini.
dude.
Was it?
Yeah, the one that we're talking about?
Yeah.
That was the guy.
Was it a guy?
Yes.
I don't remember the picture. I just remember the lead up to it. And she's like, "Wait a minute, did that picture change?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, absolutely. Each day it's been something different." and yesterday it didn't have clothes on. Today it does. She's like, "How is it changing?"
No, I didn't even say that.
No,
No, because I wasn't going to ask that. Because then you, thank goodness for you, because then you would have had to explain how it was changing.
but I had her going that this
Yeah.
picture was
I
changing.
was so relieved because I thought it looked different the day before. So I was just so happy you were confirming my bias that I thought I had seen it one way, and it was not actually that way. But at least, like I said, at least you didn't wait 2 weeks to say, "Oh, by the way, I was yanking your chain about that." Trying to
Oh,
think. Oh,
the slot pull. I was talking about the slot pull
Oh.
real quick. So the first one, a friend of ours that we met through the Facebook group, John, he had hosted the very first one, and we had about 20 people on that one. And that day, we actually walked away
Yeah.
with each person walked away with an extra $83 in their pocket from a $20 buy-in. So that was a win-win-win. Then I hosted one later on, the next C day, which was the next day. We had about 20, 25 people as well. We sadly we didn't win any money, but we played for a long time
time. Yeah.
on $30.
It certainly drew a lot of attention.
And yeah, people wanted to go, let's do another round, let's do another round. And we did. And then on the very last C day, we hosted John and
Oh,
us,
God, yeah.
we co-hosted one, and we had over 30 people in that one, doing, again, $20 a head. And again, similar type. We went probably 7 rounds of playing because we did hit some bonuses, just not really big ones, but enough to keep people wanting to play some more. So it was a great time doing the slot pool.
It was. I do think that our new friend Norman has a really good
Oh, thinking that
philosophy that,
in the beginning of the cruise,
yeah,
they're a little loose, and
yeah,
then as the cruise goes on, the machines tend to tighten up a
yeah,
bit. Yeah,
because that certainly seems to be the way it plays out, even individually as well as during the slot pulls.
yeah,
So we will keep that in mind in the future.
yep. So we're gonna be hosting some more on or try to on each cruise we
Oh
go on.
yeah, for sure.
So
I mean, the worst case scenario is people don't want to do it, and
right, and then
we just
we still have fun.
yep.
Yep. Hmm. See, trying to think. There's so much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it really was a fantastic cruise.
it really was.
We had fantastic dinner company.
Yeah,
Dan and
George,
and
Dana, Katie, Norman.
Norman.
Yeah, amazing. We looked forward to going to dinner
Yeah,
each night just to have a good
yeah,
conversation.
for sure.
Mm.
Even the last night we were there, we met a fantastic couple at the Alchemy Bar. By the way, Alchemy Bar. If you like well-made drinks that aren't just throw it in a blender and drink it, they were fantastic. Um, but we met. They're a very local couple. She's a minister in I think the city, and her
Oh, yeah.
wife is
Works
do you
for
remember?
LabCorp or
Yes,
something like that?
yes.
Yeah.
I don't know why we're giving away people's employers, but
Right, sorry.
so fantastic couple, and I mean, we met a ton of people. I mean, John, who did the slot pull,
Yep.
that you had already gotten to know, but he was just amazing. He really,
Yeah,
down to earth
John's a
and-
comedian. We're gonna go see
oh
him
yeah,
in Pennsylvania in the 18th of
18th.
July. Yeah.
It's 18th.
Yeah, we're gonna travel up and see him. Uh, got a show. I'm not sure if he's hosting or performing or a little bit of both, but that'll be fun. Um, so yeah, I'm thankful for everyone.
Yeah, everybody's
You know,
great.
we really appreciate you stopping and saying hi. So thank you.
Mhm.
Um, don't don't ever stop that. You know, we loved it. We always love the feedback. We take constructive criticism very well as well.
Mhm.
So please always feel free to comment and let us know what you're thinking. You know, the goal is to provide good content and help educate people in cruising and
Yep.
vacations in general. Wow, that hour went by
Yep, yeah, it
quick.
sure did.
Wow.
Yep.
I don't think we need to keep people anymore
No,
unless
I
you've
feel
got.
like. Oh wait,
Oh,
make sure.
okay.
Oh, make sure you
How
answer.
far out should cruises be booked? Are there deals to be found? Okay, so yes, yes, and yes. There are plenty of deals to be found. We always try, if you can, book a year, at least a year out. If you have that opportunity, book a year out. And yeah, I know.
I know, but it doesn't mean you have to.
No, it doesn't mean you have to. I'll give you for instance. We have a couple clients that um, we booked. Let's say we booked them back in end of February, beginning of March. So not all that long ago. And it was 2 weeks ago because we price monitor for our clients. And 2 weeks ago, I saw that there was a price drop, and we were able to cut their two because they had two cabins, family of six. We were able to cut their total price $1,800 off of what they were already paying. So yeah, there are deals out there. A lot of times, travel agents will have their corporate rates that they can get you in as far as a group price there, and some of them usually come with onboard credit. Um, you also have travel agents who will do their own groups, like ours for the Carnival Sunshine. All of our rooms will come with a $50 onboard credit as well. So yeah, the deals are out there. Just if you're looking to do it yourself, and you need other questions answered, just feel free to reach out. We're here to answer questions, even if you don't book with us. We'll gladly answer
Yeah.
questions.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, the whole reason we got into this was realizing that we could have been making very memorable family cruises much sooner in our lives than we
yeah,
did. We just assumed that it wasn't something affordable, which is not to take anything away from the fact that we ended up doing a lot of camping, and which I love doing, but we really realized how much we missed out on. So our main purpose in wanting to do all of this was just to help other families and other people who aren't of, who don't necessarily have, lots of excess money, but want a decent vacation, to know that it's doable. So,
yeah. A lot of times, if you're booking so far out, let's say you're doing a year ahead of time, just put down the deposit required. All
mhm.
right. And then
Yeah, that's true.
let if you're doing a travel agent, let them monitor it.
Yeah.
And if they've booked it up with Carnival, you have to book it under a certain promo to be able to reprice it later. With Royal Caribbean, you can pretty much do that anytime as long as you haven't paid it off. And then even if you have paid it off, there are often some options that they can do for you. Maybe not get your money back, but they might be able to get you some onboard credit. That's not in every circumstance, but sometimes it does happen. So yeah, there are plenty of deals out there, and the fact that you can book them so far out, you can make a little bit of payment here and there to make it more affordable over a period of time. So, but don't get me wrong, cruising can be very expensive, but in the long term, it's affordable for what you're getting back.
And I've just been realizing, I think if you use a travel agent, probably a good question for them is, will they be looking to reprice your vacation if they see prices have changed?
Yep.
Because I'm realizing that, we go into it, Jason is the travel agent, assumes that that's just what you do. And, we've met a couple people, in this last cruise that we discovered, I guess, and these were people who were friends, travel agent friends of theirs, but I guess not all travel agents look at it that way.
Oh, the one that or
Yeah.
yeah,
I
yep,
mean, so I realized that, okay, maybe that's just, you know, up to each travel agent. But now I'm thinking about, if I'm a customer and I'm looking for a travel agent, that would probably be a question I would want to ask, is, do they look for changes in the pricing and reprice it if the opportunity is available? I know you will. So,
yeah. And you got Zaire Petway, who's also in this group. Zaire and
mhm.
Jasita, they own Petway Travel. They are very good as well. So I will, if I can't help you,
And
I
I would
know somebody who
imagine they
does.
do. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So.
Yeah, we like to think of it as a tight community, and we've surrounded ourselves by other very good travel agents. So we believe it's a give and take relationship, you know. So yeah, no, Jana, thank you. Appreciate you reaching out. The whole, introducing us to your son.
Yeah, I hope you get a chance to get on his ship and see him perform soon. It's really,
Yeah,
really cool. I know they like the 88 Keys performance the most, but I'm an 80s girl.
yeah.
I loved all the 80s stuff so much.
It was a good show.
It
Yeah.
was. Yeah.
Neat.
Don't look at me.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
You're
Thank
the
you guys for
maestro.
joining us tonight. We're gonna let you go, get back to your evening, enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and the work week starts all over again tomorrow. But thanks for hanging out.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.